I think the evidence is all in place now for us to fully understand and decipher what is Make America Great Again. Like, when were we great? In their minds, I'm pretty sure it was about 1950. That's what they are hearkening back to and wanting to bring America back to 1950. And here's my evidence of that. All right, so first, they are very pro-birth. We've seen that in their agenda about being anti-choice, which is reminiscent of the baby boom era. This idea that people getting married and having a lot of children helps our economy. And so they're like trying to encourage women to have children, trying to take away our rights to control when or whether we have children. They're also anti-DEI, which is absolutely a mindset from the pre-civil rights era, which is around the 1950s. They want to promote the idea of one language, that English is the language of the United States, which in the 1950s was a very common perspective to have. And it wasn't until like the 60s and 70s that we started to see Spanish and other modern languages actually being taught in high schools. So in the 50s, it was an expectation that you just conformed and everyone learned English, even though even back then we didn't call it the primary language or the only language of the United States. They also have this golden era mindset of like traditional hierarchies and traditional gender roles and certain social expectations that they want to hearken back to. They want to have the appearance of success in the world and an appearance of success even among our people, like the gilded White House and the building of the ballroom, and the fact that the Department of Transportation Secretary now wants people to dress nice to go on a plane. Like, that's not solving any real world problems. It's just the appearance of civility and success. And then, their obsession with the nuclear family, being anti-LGBT, anti-trans. That's very 1950s. And of course, their perception that it was a great time for our economy because there were plentiful manufacturing jobs and people could survive off of one income, which you can't in the modern era. Our economy is, spun out of control. There's just no way people can afford to have one income. And they're, again, trying to bring back these like 1950s values, this idea that a woman would stay home and, parent the children, and the husband goes out and, makes the money and brings home the bacon. And even their posters to encourage, getting back into manufacturing and getting all these jobs back to America, they are all illustrations of white men. So it was like the 1950s was like the height of white supremacy. And that's what they're hearkening back to. That's what they so long for America. So when they say Make America Great Again, they really mean Make America 1950.